Before the 90 days, where love is online, the math is never mathing, and common sense missed the flight. I'm recapping the nonsense, the scams, and the audacity. You're watching Kinda Unhinged. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with a before the 90 days video. We are on season 8, episode 1. So we begin this episode by meeting Forrest. Forrest tells us that his home is a smart home and that he has security cameras all over his house that his girlfriend Sheena can watch him on at any time, 24/7. She can see what he's doing. And he said that it makes him feel safe because he said that if he falls over or something, that she'll be there to see it and she can get help.
Right.
Now, when he said that, I'm thinking, you're 32. What are the chances that you're gonna fall over and you need help? I mean, I don't know. I guess it could happen. But I was like, all right, whatever makes you happy, I'm not gonna yuck anyone's yum. So he tells us that Sheena is Filipino and that he has his life set to their time zone. So he goes to sleep. I think he said at like 4 a.m. or something like that. He's on her schedule basically. So he goes to sleep when she goes to sleep. When she's up, he's up. So then he takes us into the bedroom and shows us his bear collection. He said that he views those as like him and Sheena's kids. And then he puts on like a red light and he shows us a glimpse of their sexy time. And I was like, hold on, killer. We don't need to see all of that. Save that for your girl. So he said that he booked a flight to go see Sheena, but his mom and stepdad are coming as well. So then we get introduced to Emma, who is trying on wedding dresses, and I'm like, oh, are you already getting married? I thought this was before the 90 days. You haven't been engaged yet, apparently. But no, she's not getting married. It's her friend that's getting married, and she's just trying on wedding dresses because she is the main character, clearly. But she's 27 and she feels like she should already be married with kids instead of living with her twin sister. And she says that she's boy crazy and she falls in love fast. And she met a man from Morocco online named Ziad and she is head over heels in love with him and she's about to go visit him and she's not coming back until she's engaged. But then we find out that just the year before, she flew over to Morocco and was engaged to another man named Muhammad, and she never told Ziad this. Then we're introduced to 5th grade teacher Laura, and she's talking to her AI and getting advice, and then she reads us a portion of like a romance novel that she wrote. And I'll just say this, the woman is freaked out, okay? So she tells us that she's been having trouble finding a man that likes to do the same things as her until she met Michael. And I'm thinking that Michael is the one that she's in the relationship with. But no, Michael is her best friend who she hikes, bikes, plays pickleball with, does everything that a relationship would do except for being intimate with him, basically. So we see her and Michael playing pickleball, and she tells their opponents, like, oh, I meant to tell you guys that I won't be here for a while because I'm going over to Turkey to meet a man that I met online. And they're looking like, I thought you and Michael were together. Like, you met somebody? She's like, no, I met this guy named Birkin online. He's 26. And they're looking like, 26? What do you have in common with him? And Michael says he's worried that Birkin will get in the way of his relationship with Laura. So then we catch back up with Forrest and we meet his mom. And she says that she's going to take him somewhere. It's a surprise, and she ends up taking him to an adult shop. Yeah, his mom took him to an adult shop. And she says this isn't the first time she's taken him. This is actually the second time. She said that when he was 18, she caught him going through her and her husband's adult stash. We'll just call it that. And she's like, yeah, I'll buy you your own, but you can't be going through our stuff. You got to leave our stuff alone. And I'm like, wow. I know a lot of people are close with their parents, but this is a little too close for comfort. So she's like, well, what's her favorite color? And he's like, I think it's purple. She's like, I think you should get her some purple lingerie, maybe a thong. And he's like, well, I can't even think about that. I'm going to crash the car. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is too much. It's too much. So then we meet Rick, and he says he's a jack of all trades. He has a hair business and he teaches tap dancing. And he says he's been dating a woman online from Madagascar named Trisha. And we hear a phone call with him and her. And she says that she wants kids because she's only like 25 or something like that. But he's 52 and he already has 5 kids. And he's like, I don't know if I really want to have more kids, especially not considering what's going on with us. And it's like, well, what's going on with you guys? So apparently she ghosted him for 5 days. And when she did get in contact with him, like she had this whole elaborate story about what happened. So obviously he doesn't completely trust her. So then we check back in with Forrest at the adult shop. He's picking out the lingerie and he says that he's a virgin and that Sheena is also a virgin and they're planning on losing their virginities together. He's totally in love with her, but his mom, on the other hand, feels like she's a little sus. She says that she doesn't trust Sheena because her and Forrest had an account together and she claims that her parents took all the money out of the account. And that didn't only happen just that one time, it's actually happened twice. And obviously that's red flags. Forrest's mom thinks that it's her parents that are scammers, but honestly, I think she's the scammer. And he's like, well, when we go, I think I want to stay longer. And the mom was like, no, absolutely not. You're not staying longer. Whose idea was that? And he's like, it was mine. I think that it would help. And the mom's like, no, absolutely not. And the mom said that she's so overprotective of him because he got scammed before by some girl in Indonesia. And she said he was like sending her all of his money, like every penny that he had. And she doesn't want that to happen to him again. So then we catch back up with Emma and she's packing for her trip to Morocco, and there was a dress that her brother was like, where'd you get this dress from? And she's like, oh, Mohammed's mother gave it to me. And the sister was like, did you tell Ziad about Mohammed? And she's like, no. Well, what are you going to tell him when he sees the dress? And he's like, where'd you get that from? And she's like, I'm going to tell him the truth. And the brother was like, well, if I was him, I'd break up with you. Matter of fact, any man would do that. And yeah, I don't think a lot of men would be cool with a woman that was just engaged to somebody like the year prior. And then on top of that, she said that she was dating both of them at the same time. Like there was an overlap and you haven't told him. I just think that keeping something that long is a recipe for disaster. She should have told him immediately, or at least sooner than now. So then we see Laura and Michael making protein bars, and Michael's like, hey, if you change your mind about me coming to Turkey with you, just let me know and I'll book a last minute flight, anything to make sure that you're safe. And Laura's like, yeah, I'll let you know. Because initially Laura was planning on Michael coming with her because they do everything together, but Birkin doesn't really like Michael for obvious reasons, so now she's having reservations about bringing him over there. And she's kind of picking up that Michael has feelings for her, but he won't say anything. So she kind of gave him the opportunity to admit that he had feelings. And she said that when her and Michael first met each other, that she had feelings for him, but he didn't like her at the time. And then she said after she started talking to Birkin, it seems like Michael started to like her more. So she confronts him about his feelings and he kind of breaks down and he says that because he has a birth defect, he rejects people before they can reject him. And he never really admitted that he had feelings for her. I mean, it's clear as day that he likes her, he wants to be with her, and he's jealous that she's talking to someone else. And she said in her confessional that part of her feels like she might be going after the wrong guy, but she wants a man that can say what he feels, and Birkin is doing that and Michael isn't. And I'll just say this. We haven't seen her with Birkin yet, but I mean, the guy's 26. You probably need to stay right here and go ahead and be with Michael. You know he likes you, you like him. Just go on and be with him. Y'all already basically in a relationship. And that's who you're going to end up with anyway when you and Birkin don't work out. So we end the episode off with Emma arriving in Morocco and Ziad meets her at the airport. And then they have this argument because she's mad about something that he texted her. So before she went over there, she asked him if she was able to kiss him in public or were there rules about that. And he was like, yeah, you can kiss me. I don't care about what people think. But he texted her on the airplane like, hey, when you get here, we can't kiss. So that annoyed her because she's like, I asked you about that before. And he was like, no, I didn't say that. I said we could kiss on the cheek. I didn't say that we could kiss on the lips. So then they start arguing and he gets mad and he's like, well, that'll be the last kiss that you get from me. And she's like, what? You're not gonna kiss me? And he's like, no. So she storms off. So yeah, this trip is starting off rough right from the beginning, but that was pretty much it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want more 90 Day Fiancé content, then please subscribe. And if you like this video, please hit the like.